have a new microphone now, so you should be able to hear me a lot better. And I'm going to be let me check and make sure the mic is working. Hang on just a second. Yep. The mic should be on, so. All right, as soon as we get some people in here, we can start. There we go. We got somebody now. If you're hearing me, let me know in the comments. I have a new microphone, so I'm making sure that everything works right. Yep, they're gone. That was fast. Okay. Yay, someone can hear me. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm coming down with something. I started getting sick last night, and I'm starting to come down with something, and that's going to make doing a lot of heavy drawing a bit rough for me today. So because I draw with my mouth, my face is going to be down the whole time. What that means is that drainage just wants to come out my face. So I'm going to be doing some touch-up work, some finishing work on the drawing that I did on the first stream. So if you didn't see me draw that, you can go to the BackerKit page if you're coming in from BackerKit, and there's a video there. The main video there is a time-lapse of me drawing. It's also here on the channel if you want to go look for that. And it's just a 90-second video of me, maybe not even 90 seconds, of me drawing the picture that you're going to see here in a second, and then you'll see me do some more work on it now. So I'm going to switch over to the tabletop camera and start getting to work on that. There we go. Should be the tabletop camera now. Yeah, and this new microphone is amazing and should pick me up from a good distance here. Sorry, Zoe. Gotta move. Move, Zoe. Come on. Yeah, you're in the way. Good girl. Thank you, Zoe. So I can see the chat and I can still work. Let's see here. One of the things I want to do is darken in the suit, the jacket that he's wearing here, because that wasn't nearly as dark as I thought it was going to be. Can you guys hear me on the mic still over here when I'm drawing? Let me know. Awesome. Okay, cool. What you doing? What you doing, Zelda? Another thing I wanted to do was go in and texture up the beard a bit more, the beard and mustache. Do it this way. Another thing I wanted to do was I was wanting to black the background. I've decided I'm going to go ahead and do that. It'll help make it pop a bit more. Nothing helps clear a head cold up like a good strong Sharpie. Ooh, fumes. Now, doing it this way, it ends up looking patchy at first. So what I do is I go back with a broader Sharpie and I do a second layer in a different direction, and it really smooths it out. So how was your Thanksgiving? Hello, people in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm finishing up the drawing I started last Monday, or last Tuesday, I'm sorry. Yeah, the drawing I started last Tuesday. Hey, you're back. Good to see you again. I have a new microphone. Sounds better, yeah? Kind of amazing what a pro quality mic does. Okay, now it's time to go and do the darker layer. I use a fatter Sharpie, as you can see, a broader chisel tip, and I go in a different direction than I did for the first layer, so all the patchiness of the lines will smooth out after a layer or two of this. So yeah, if you ever colored like coloring books or posters when you were a kid, and you'd have the 32 color or 24 color marker sets, and you'd color it in. You know how basically you'd have all those big areas to fill, but they give you the tiny little tip pens, so you had to kind of do it in little squares or sections, and it would look kind of patchy. That's what basically Sharpies look like when you're filling in, backspace like that to black. So one of the things I've learned over the years is that if I do it with a fine line, the normal pen first, it'll look patchy, but then I go in with the broader tip, the chisel tip, yeah. I go in after that and I go in the opposite direction with thicker lines. It helps to get rid of some of the graininess and the patchiness. And then I'll go in sometimes and do a third, I'm going to do it here in a minute, where I do little swirls, like little puffy clouds, and that really helps get rid of a lot of the line work, where you see the grain and the texture of the strokes of the pen, and just makes it more kind of fluffy black. So I'm going to do the third pass now. Oh wow, you can hear the Sharpie? That's great. Yeah, 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 some more. we go. So I think he's probably done. I did more shading in the coat to make it a bit darker, and I did more texturing in the beard and mustache to give it a bit more depth. I kind of want to do more shading on the face, but I don't want to overdo it. This is the first thing I've drawn in over a month, so I can see all kinds of things that I'm not happy with about it, but that's because I'm picky, I'm me, and the artist always sees the worst in their art. But I think, being honest, I do think this is going in the book. I do think it is quality enough for the book. I think it came out pretty good, and it looks better on a high def camera, but I'll get a nice scan of it to go in the book, and then this original will go to somebody that chooses the add-on for an original piece of art. So if you want Heisenberg and you're one of the people that chose a reward level or a add-on for an original piece of art, you can pick him. If he's still available, it's going to be first come, first serve in the order that people pledged. So that's the only really fair way I can think of to do it, is to let the people that pledged for that add-on first get the first pick. But there's going to be, like I said, there's 24 drawings, and if there's nothing left that people want by the time it gets to them, then I can always swap somebody out, a face out for another face that maybe they like. A different person, different character, different whatever. But, so, a little short on the drawing today, but that's because, like I said, you can probably hear it in my voice too. I'm coming down with something. Started to feel a bit off yesterday, early evening. Was sneezing a lot. I thought it was allergies, but I woke up this morning with my voice sounding like this and my throat being a little messed up. So I got something. I had to cancel a visit with a friend I haven't seen in forever, who moved out of town. He was going to come by and have lunch today, and I had to basically tell him an hour before he was supposed to come that I was going to have to cancel because I'm getting sick and I don't want to give it to him. So that was fun. But I got to do this, and I'm happy that I was able to work on this some more and have something to show people and let them see the finished picture. So this is basically what it's going to look like. They're not all going to be blacked in and back like that. I thought with him being who he is and his black color scheme that he usually wears, like the black hat and things like that, that it would be a good choice for him to put the black background for Walter White and his suit kind of be like the shades of gray, transitioning from where he starts to where he ends. Anyway, that was the idea behind it. Oh, thank you. I hope I feel better soon, too. I mean, I'm not feeling that terrible, but when I am having sinus and drainage issues, it makes drawing hard because my face is down and everything just wants to come out my face. So not, getting snot all over the page is kind of difficult. When I would get sick in school, I would have to basically kind of get excused from homework for a couple of days because back when I didn't have a computer or a typewriter, because writing on paper, which is how I did most of my stuff, was pretty rough when you have a head cold. So, but I don't get sick that often anymore, so I'm kind of surprised I got this. A whole bunch of people around me got sick over the last couple of weeks, and I seem to have dodged all of it. And then yesterday, suddenly, I'm not feeling good, and I wake up this morning feeling a little worse, and my aide comes in, and she's sick. So we don't know which of us gave it to the other. We both kind of got it at the same time. I might have got it a little bit earlier, so she may have got it for me. We're not sure. But, it happens. So, yeah, she showed up wearing a mask, and I'm like, oh, she got sick. And then she immediately heard my voice and went, oh, you're sick. And I'm like, yep. So, That was fun. Let me touch up something on the mustache here, I see. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit better. Yeah, I'll be sitting here looking at my work idly while I'm talking and just letting my gaze unfocus, and I'll notice certain things that pop out to me as not being quite as smooth as other things. So I'll go in and fix that. Push it a little closer there. So yeah, that's the Walter White drawing. That's the first one on the list. And it's funny because that marker hack for doing the layers for the black to get it to have a less obviously patchy quality to it, I learned from drawing lots of Walter White with his hat. That black hat would always look really streaky, you know, and it would always have grains going one way. And I'm like, how can I get rid of that? So I started doing a second coat going another direction. I'm like, that looks a little better. And I got the big Sharpies, and I was like, what if I did these in a different direction? And that looked even better because it's a slightly stronger ink and there's a bit more of it. And so it kind of smooths out the lower layer. And then I just do a third pass of swirlies. And so now looking at it, if you look at it up close, I'll hold it up here in a second, you can see the textures, but it's not obvious which direction they're all going. They kind of seem to be going in all different directions. So it gives it more of a pencil shaded quality in that sense, where it's multi-directional cross-hatching. So, anyway, he is done. See if any of the dogs want a cameo. Zelda, where'd you go? Zelda? Zelda? Are you out on the patio? Come here, Zelda. Come say hi. Hey, come here. Hi, Zelda. Hey, Zelda butt. Little Zelda. There she is. Yeah, little Zelda. Oh, hi, Zelda. You gonna lay down next to me? Yeah, you gonna sit next to Dad? Okay. Good girl. Yeah, Zelda was my service dog. She's 9 and is getting bad knees. Her knees are going out in the back. They're getting a lot weaker. Especially in the winter, they get cold. She's had several trips and falls that have twisted her back legs and damaged her knees and joints over the years. So as her knees are getting worse, I'm cutting down on her outdoor activity. I don't take her out as much. I don't take her as far. I play with her here at home and make sure she gets some exercise. But I'm kind of retiring her. And now that Silva's gone, I'm taking Zoe, who was Silv's service dog, and I'm going to have Zoe become mine. And I'm training her to do more things for me and to take up the slack since I'm retiring Zelda. But they are both very, very good dogs. They love each other. They play all the time. They're very, very attached. When I go out with Zoe and Zelda stays home, when I get back, Zelda comes running out all excited, but goes straight for Zoe to sniff her and give her a kiss. Not me. So, and if Zoe stays here with me while Zelda goes somewhere, Zoe just loses her mind. She cannot believe Zelda would leave her like that. So it's really funny. I have a doctor's appointment, vet appointment tomorrow for Zelda for her knees to get some meds. around this time of year when it starts getting bad, I'll give her some meds sometimes, and it helps ease up her pain, and she can be a bit more active. But now that we have all this space out here, and I'm set up in the dining room and living room here, and I can throw her ball more. She's been playing a lot more and overplaying. She's OCD. She is very much an OCD dog. She will obsess on her ball for hours on end, and then later be barely able to move because she completely destroyed her legs. So she has no sense of like limitations or restraint. So I have to kind of do that for her. But yeah, her knees are getting bad again. She overdid it the last couple weekends and is starting to pay for it. So, but she's laying down here next to me, right off the corner of the desks where you can't see. I don't know if you can hear Zoe eating in the background. She's over at the food bowl eating. But I leave Zoe's vest on so that if I ever want to go somewhere during the day, I can just hook the leash up to her and take her with me. And then I can unhook her when I get home. So, oh, you can hear her in the background? Yeah, the book is already almost, it's over 5,000 now out of 6,000 that it needs, so it's almost funded. It will easily reach the goal before the deadline. It still has over a week to go. I think it's got like a week and a half still to go, and it's less than 1,000 away. I'm hoping to actually run some ad blitz on the last 2 days and see if I can get to go a bit viral and maybe have it go boom and get a bunch of copies. But if not, then oh well. We'll see what happens. But it'll at least break the goal and be funded. So that helps me rest a little easy knowing that that's coming. Yeah, I'm going to print some extra copies, and I'm going to hold on to those, so I'll have them for order where you can just get them directly through me. I can take them with me to conventions or signings for other things. I may even use them, since they're just small print run, I may use it to try to give it to my literary agent and see if they can get a major book deal for it, with the understanding that there's 100 or so copies out there already. But 100 or so copies doesn't make or break the sales on something, so most places won't be too bothered by that. But yep, so I need to start getting to work on the rest of the drawings and finish writing up the story that's going to go with it, put it all together. It'll take me about, I'd say, a month and a half, and then I'll send it to the printer, and I will send out the PDFs to everybody that got PDFs, and then I will ship them when they get back. I will be adding the shipping cost when I get the books and know where they're going. That way you don't have to pay the shipping as a part of the goal, where it takes it out of what I'm making and ends up eating into the cost. The shipping will just be the shipping. So that will be calculated once I know exactly how much the book is going to weigh. I've got it back. I'll take it down, weigh it, and I'll weigh it with each of the additional add-ons that you can get the other books and see what each of them weighs, so I know what combinations weigh what, so I don't have to weigh them every time I'm packing them, and I can just mass ship them. That way I just go, okay, they've got this. They got the book and this add-on, it weighs this much. Going here, it's going to be this much. Okay, they got this book and all the add-ons, it's this much. It'll just make it pretty quick and easy. There's a FedEx store down the street from me where I do printing and shipping some. I won't be shipping these FedEx, that's expensive, but I will be using them to weigh the packages with each of the different configurations to see what they're going to cost. So I know what they weigh, and then I can put it into stamps.com and do it that way. And I have a friend now who's one of my aides in the evening who has a printer at home, so I just send her all the shipping labels, and she prints them with all of the QR codes and everything on them, prints them off, and then comes over and we spend a day just putting books in boxes and sticking labels on them and drop them off at the post office, and they're already paid for. So that's the plan. Yep. Didn't get too many people watching today from the newsletter, but I did get a sudden little rush of new pledges. So that was nice. You never know how these live streams are going to go, whether you're going to get people to watch or not. I was kind of thinking, by the way, that it got a sudden, because we got mentioned in the Backer Kit newsletter today. And so I set up this live stream today to capitalize on that, hoping that people would see it and come watch and then pledge. But it looks like people just went ahead and pledged. So that's nice. I have that little time-lapse video up as the project video, so that might have been all they needed to see to get what I do. And I do know it's in the middle of the day and a lot of people work, so this isn't the best time for a live stream. I'll probably try doing one in the evening, like on the last day. But the last day is a Friday, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. Maybe I'll do it Thursday. So yeah, I'm going to do a time lapse of this one too. And I'll maybe splice the two together. I'll see. Figure out what I'm going to do. But I'm happy with how it came out. I think it looks good. I think it gives you an idea of what I do. I'm thinking of making the cover of the book. Sylv and I did 4 Vegas-based, or Vegas-inspired drawings a few years back where we drew Frank Sinatra. We did 5, actually. Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., so the Rat Pack, and then we did Elvis Presley and Marilyn Monroe, because they both spent a lot of time here in Vegas. And I did the line art, and then we printed the line art, and she shaded over my lines with pencil and chalk and pastel highlight white. And we did these 5 head and shoulder drawings, and I still have them. And so I'm thinking of making, since it's called Make Art Do Crime, I'm thinking of using the Frank Sinatra one, which is his mugshot from when he was young and got arrested in a fight back before he had all of his plastic surgery done. So I'm thinking of using that since it's a mugshot for the cover of Make Art Do Crime. And that way it's a drawing that I did that Sylv shaded, and it's both of us on the cover together. And I'll put that one up somewhere here in the house probably. But I kind of want to, I'm torn. I want to sell the others because I'd like for her art, their art, Sylv's art, to be in other people's houses. I want to put them on the walls here, but I also want them to be out there in the world. I would like other people to have Sylv's art on the wall and not just me. I think that would mean more. So I'm thinking of like holding on to like the Sinatra one maybe, since it's the cover of the book, and then maybe like sell the other 4. Although it's funny because the cover of the book is the one I could probably sell the easiest. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'll figure it out. So yeah, I think I'm about done here. It's getting close to 3, so I'm going to wrap up in a minute. Zoe's out on the patio watching all the people. She loves looking off our balcony. I took her on the high roller on Sunday. Sunday was Sylv's birthday. And I took Zoe and Zelda on the high roller here. It's the big wheel with the pods, the observation wheel with the pods, the big Ferris wheel. And I'd been on it before with Sylv and Zelda, but Zoe's never been on it. And the way that Zoe loves heights and loves looking down out windows and glass elevators and things like that, Sylv and I had thought that Zoe would have a lot of fun on the high roller. So I took Zoe on it on Sunday for Sylv's birthday. And Zoe just lost her mind, thought it was amazing. So mission accomplished. I'll be doing a video about that with some pictures here probably in the next few days now that I'm getting my setup finished up. So, yep. All right, well, thank you for popping in. If you guys have any questions before I go, yeah, no problem. And thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm not feeling too terrible. It sucks because I'm feeling sick enough to know that I would get other people sick if I'm around them, so I'm telling them not to come. But I'm well enough to want to do things, so it's really frustrating. Let me switch it back over to the regular camera for a few minutes while I finish up the stream here. Hello. There we go. So yeah, I'm getting the last of my setup done here. I have a green screen that's going in this weekend, and I have better lighting for when I work at night. Got the 3 cameras I need. I have the one that you're seeing now, which is my high def one, and I have 2 good solid ones. One that I use for the tabletop drawing, and the one that's going to be mounted to the wall that will get me drawing on my screen over my shoulder, kind of at an angle, so you can also see me draw on my tablet that way. And I'll be doing a lot more videos of me doing art and stream drawing and things like that. When I get back to work on the comic book here soon, I'll probably start doing pages in Livestream where people can just kind of pop in and check out what I'm doing and say hey. Or I'll put up time-lapse versions of it and just talk. We'll see. So anyway, I think I'm about done for today, and thanks for coming and checking it out, and thanks for backing the book if you have. If you haven't, you still have over a week and a half, and there will be copies that you can get from me directly. There will be a store link, basically, that will permanently be on BackerKit where you can get more copies from me, and it'll let me know when somebody gets one, and I can send it to you. So there will be options for that. All right. I'm going to get some rest. Thank you guys. Take care, and hope you enjoyed watching the drawing. Talk to you later. Bye.